Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Luke and here on this channel I talk about fragrances. If you're new to my channel, welcome, and I just want to let you know that I'm not affiliated or sponsored by any brands. I don't do discount codes, I don't do affiliate links. You won't see any flash sales or anything like that on my channel. Here we keep it real. All of the fragrances mentioned in this video were purchased with my own money. And in this video, I'll talk about some of the most luxurious and expensive smelling Florientals from my perfume collection. Florientals are fragrances that are classified as amber florals because they're warm, ambery, vanillic. They might have some spicy notes and fruity notes, as well as a bunch of different floral notes that prevent them from becoming classic orientals. So let's start with the first one, which is Lauder Biagiotti Venezia from 1992. This is the vintage version created by Michel Almirac. And this is classified as an oriental woody, but I would classify it as a rich floriental. Venezia is an homage to the enchanting and eternal city of Venice. This stunning 90s scent has an Italian flair. It's rich, it's sweet, warm, mysterious, complex, sensual, enveloping. It's sophistication in a bottle. This fragrance features sweet fruits, florals, spices, amber, vanilla, benzoin, woody notes. It's a typical 90s style blend. It's a timeless classic. It's absolutely gorgeous. Sadly discontinued. I found it for a very good price. Unfortunately, it's only a 10 ml. But I really love this. It reminds me of other 90s fragrances such as Tuscany Per Donna from Estée Lauder, Guerlain Samsara, among others. But this is truly a beautiful 90s style, rich, warm, floriental fragrance. I've been wanting to try this for years and now I finally have it. I absolutely adore it. The performance is amazing. It packs a punch. When I first tried it, I only did one spray and it filled up the entire living room. I will be reviewing this in more depth in another video, but in this video I just wanted to mention it because it's new to my collection and because I really, really love it. Do you like Venezia? Have you tried it before it was discontinued? My mum remembers trying this back in the 90s. She says it still smells amazing, but she wouldn't wear it because she can't really wear fragrance anymore, but she did say it smelled very expensive. So that's Venezia by Lauder Biagiotti. Next up, we've got another hidden gem from the 90s. This one isn't discontinued, but the vintage version is much better than the new version, in my opinion. I'm talking about Yvresse from Yves Saint Laurent, a 1993 release created by the one and only Sophia Groisman. This fragrance is an elegant, fruity chypre. It opens very luminous and effervescent, almost like a glass of champagne. It smells absolutely magical. It has a festive vibe. You know, you're sipping champagne at a party. It's fruity, floral, as well as very powdery. You've got the iris and the violet, just a hint of spice, and a stunning ambery chypre base of patchouli, oak moss and vanilla. Even though Yvresse has a vintage vibe, it's also very sweet and very easy on the nose. It's not a strong old school chypre like Rocha Femme or Mitsuko from Guerlain. No, this is a very soft, mellow chypre, but the chypre base is definitely there and it prevents it from becoming just another fruity floral. This is a masterpiece in my opinion. It's sophisticated, elegant, and very luxurious. This bottle is from, I want to say 1996 or 1995. It's a vintage bottle and I bought it sealed. It arrived sealed and I was the first person to use it. I wouldn't really buy vintage bottle that have been opened because, you know, you never know. Someone could have tampered with the fragrance. Someone could have put something else in the bottle. So I bought this one sealed and it was perfectly preserved. It was like opening a time capsule and I highly, highly, highly recommend getting a vintage bottle of this if you can find it for a normal price. I know prices on eBay have been ridiculous, but if you're patient, you can always find a good deal. I found mine for around 50 euros, I want to say. So that's Yvresse from Yves Saint Laurent, and we move on to another luxurious Floriental, which is J'adore l'Or from the House of Dior. This is the 2017 version, but this fragrance came out in 2010. Both versions are incredible. If I could, I would like to own 10 backups of this, or even more, because it's been discontinued, it's never coming back. The new version of J'adore l'Or is nothing like this one. This one is a rich, luxurious amber floral with vanilla. It's a gorgeous, voluptuous white and yellow floral scent. It has jasmine, tuberose, ylang ylang, rose, vanilla, tonka bean. It's a classic and it definitely has a 90s vibe. To me, this smells vintage, but in a modern way. It's creamy, it's a touch exotic, and it smells like $1 million. It's hands down the most luxurious, intoxicating, sensual, and expensive smelling French perfume I've ever tried. I've never tried a fragrance that smells more refined and more expensive than this fragrance. This is literally like liquid gold. This is niche quality. This is perfume haute couture. I've smelled hundreds of florals and nothing comes close to this one. This has so much richness and depth that it really gives the original J'adore a run for its money, believe me. So that's J'adore l'Or 2017 from Dior. Moving on, we've got another beautiful Floriental creation from the 80s. This is Ysatis de Givenchy. It's classified as a floral chypre, but I would say it's a floral chypre oriental. It has a bunch of different notes. It's very complex. It's floral, woody, aldehydic, and also powdery, musky, animalic. It opens with aldehydes, tuberose, ylang ylang, honey, a touch of spice, sandalwood, animalic musk, civet, powdery iris, and of course oak moss. It's an 80s style fragrance. It's slightly tropical, sunny. It has tuberose and honey, and as well as a nice civet note. There's also some coconut in there. It's a very bold floral oriental with a chypre base. It's very rich, very complex, but also very warm, and it's definitely on the sweet side. And to me, this fragrance truly smells like old money, expensive hotels, and vintage opulence. It's one of those fragrances that you have to smell it to understand it. This is actually a vintage formula of the Eau de Toilette. This is probably from the late 90s or the early 90s. I don't even know. It doesn't have a batch code, but it's definitely a vintage bottle. So if you're looking for something very opulent, sophisticated, classy, refined, and elegant, look no further. Givenchy Ysatis. Next up, I've got Allure from Chanel. This is the EDP, released in 1999. The nose behind it was Jacques Polge, and this is classified as a floral amber vanilla fragrance. This is much lighter and brighter than the other fragrances that I mentioned today. It opens with sparkling citruses, juicy peaches, powdery notes. The heart is composed of elegant classic florals like May Rose, Jasmine, Peony, Magnolia, and Orange Blossom, and the base is all about the sensual vanilla, the woody notes, and the amber. So even though Allure opens as a sparkling floral, it then turns into a sensuous vanilla scent. It's timeless and it's honestly instantly recognizable. It smells like a Chanel fragrance. It's not as vintage smelling and as strong as other Chanel fragrances, but it definitely has the Chanel DNA, but it's more understated. This fragrance exudes understated elegance, in my opinion. It's very soft and elegant, but quite strong and noticeable. It's the kind of fragrance that whispers. It doesn't shout. You know the saying, old money doesn't shout, it whispers. So that's Allure by Chanel. Last but not least, we've got SpellBound from Estée Lauder. This is a 1991 creation. The nose behind it was Sophia Groisman. SpellBound is a stunning and spellbinding spicy floral concoction. This is oily tuberose, lots of carnation, sweet powdery vanilla in the base, amber, a hint of civet. It's very opulent, very over the top. It's a total powerhouse in my opinion. It's very sweet, almost syrupy sweet. It has floral, animalic, powdery, fruity touches. It's very heavy on the apricot in the opening. Then the tuberose and the white florals become the star of the show, as well as the carnation, which gives it spiciness. Carnation is a very spicy note, and it also smells very vintage. So this fragrance is a vintage smelling floral. This fragrance can be either very elegant if you apply it with a light hand, but it can also be quite vulgar, in my opinion, if you overspray it. This is not one to be oversprayed, so please don't overspray it. A little goes a long way. I don't usually say that, but with this fragrance, I really think if you apply this with a light hand, this will be the most elegant vintage floral. But if you overspray it, it will become a chemical attack on the senses. So I don't recommend doing that. But that's SpellBound from the house of Estée Lauder. So these are all the fragrances that I wanted to talk about in this video. Let me know down in the comments what your favorite vintage / elegant Florientals are. I love reading your comments and I always reply. Make sure to give this video a like and subscribe to my channel before you leave. You can also follow me on Instagram, Luc Parfum, the same name. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in one of my next videos. Bye.